Hello, hello everyone. Happy Friday. So this is about the Thunderbolts, right? This group has kind of been building in the backdrop of the MCU. I would say what, since Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? We have Zemo, who's the leader and creator of the Thunderbolts. There's US Agent, there's Yelena, right? I bet you she'll be a part of the group, and so forth and so forth. So it came out yesterday that they have a director for the film, like it's gonna be a movie. I'm like, oh, you're gonna have a movie. Okay, I guess. I feel like they would work better as a TV show, but that's just me. Um, but what I'm more concerned with is the description of the show because all the articles have been basically saying the same thing. It's a group of supervillains who are brought together to do missions commissioned by the government. So basically, Suicide Squad. Why? Like, of all the groups, why did you pull from Suicide Squad? Why didn't you pull from your own source material? Because from my recollection, the Thunderbolts, they're not like the Suicide Squad. They don't operate like that, from my recollection. I don't know too much about them, so maybe things have changed in recent years. Let me know. From what I read, they don't operate like the Suicide Squad. I don't get it. And then I feel like they're pulling from the movie The Suicide Squad because in that movie, the 2016 one, they were basically all reformed villains put together to
Save the universe.
ridiculous stakes, but that's a whole nother conversation. Um, so it's very confusing that they're going this route, but it's right up Marvel's alley, honestly, with the reformed villains. Because to say that this is a group of pure supervillains, that's a lie. Half of your team already, they're reformed villains or anti-heroes, right? Um, Zemo, I would say he's probably an anti-hero, so that makes sense. Who else? U.S. Agent. You could call him a reformed villain. I would say he's a reformed villain. Yelena, I guess an anti-hero. I don't really know. If she were to join, I don't really know where she would fit. I would say an anti-hero. But it just, why are they going this route? Why don't they just do from the comics? From the comics, from what I remember, the group was originally a supervillain organization. It was brought together by Zemo, right? It was like an extension of the Masters of Evil. He brought them together. He brought Songbird. I know they were like in a relationship for a second. That's the only reason I remember her. And Goliath. I don't remember the rest of the members, but those three, they were a part of the original group. He brought them together. He wanted to take down Captain America. He wanted to take down, the heroes. And things kind of went awry because the heroes, I want to say they died, right? They died. And so then Zemo was like, why don't we just pretend to be heroes? Like all the personal monetary gain we could get from that, come on, let's do it. So the group then decided to pose as heroes. They wanted to get like access to shield and what have you. So they started doing that. Over time, the group became a force of good because I think they started to see themselves as heroes, right? So then it became a group filled with anti-heroes, and overall it's a force of good. That's kind of what I remember about the group. Um I think Marvel or the MCU, they're going to skip right over them being a supervillain organization. They're going to go straight into them being a force of good. I wouldn't be surprised if they went that route. Uh, it just goes into the larger conversation of villains not being able to just be villainous just for a little bit before you try and have them be reformed. Like, just let them be evil. Let me not want to root for them. Like, come on. This is all reportedly, though. So, take all of this with a grain of salt. It's just very bizarre that they're going to take from Suicide Squad when the original group they weren't like that. Like they literally just wanted to take down the heroes and then they decided to pose as heroes for personal gain, which is way more interesting than just having a diet Suicide Squad. Like I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is all way down the line, I hope, because we've barely spent time with any of these people. So, yeah. What do you guys think of the possibility of this being a movie? What do you think of it being like the Suicide Squad? Let me know your thoughts. That's it. I'm out of here until tonight when I go live. I'll catch you guys then. Bye.